boy C. Rizzi coming at you with Unit 11, Lesson 4, Volumes of Prisms and Cylinders. Our essential question is how do you find the volume of a solid, and our objective is to find the volume of a prism and a cylinder. Your essential understanding is that you can find the volume of a prism or a cylinder when you know its height and the area of its base. Okay, so you've all learned volume before, and you've all learned volume just to be length times width times height. And now we've given it a special name, the area of the base, which is just what length times width is, especially for a prism, right? The base is just a rectangle or a square, which is just length and width. So we've just given it the notation of area of the base. So length times width times height, or the area of the base times the height gets you the volume of a prism. For the volume of the cylinder, it's still the same exact thing, the area of the base times the height. And we know that big B of a circle is pi radius squared times the height. Okay, so let's just get right into some practice problems. What is the volume of this below? Volume equals big B times H, which we just said before is just length times width times height of a prism. Length, width, and height. So 36 times 12 times 15 gets me 6,480 inches cubed. Remember, this is volume, 3 dimensions, which means that we're using cubes for our measurements. Okay, find the volume of the cylinder in terms of pi. This is easy because they've already given us the radius. So big B is pi radius squared times h, where we have r and h. Leave it in terms of pi. So we have 7 squared times 22. So we have pi times 49 times 22. So all we have to do is 49 times 22, and we get 1078 pi centimeters cubed. Okay, last one. A machinist creates a space by drilling a 3 centimeter diameter hole through the middle of a cylinder. All right, so let's just mark this as 3 centimeters with diameter. And the cylinder has a diameter of 5 centimeters. And it has a height of 0.5 centimeters. What is the approximate volume of the finished spacer? Okay, so, which means that if we want to find the area of what's in between these things going around, we need to do the volume of the big minus the volume of the small. So that would be pi times, now 5 is the diameter, so we need to cut that down to the radius, which is 2.5 squared times 0.5 minus pi times, again, 3 is the diameter, so we need to make this a radius of 1.5 squared times the height, which is 0.5. So if I put this in my calculator just as you see it with the parentheses, it should work out. What we can do is we can get a calculator for us. So if we wanted to put this in a calculator, just as we see it, then you'd have to do parentheses, pi times 2.5 squared times 0.5, close parenthesis, minus, parenthesis, pi times 1.5 squared times 0.5, enter, 6.28, which is approximately 6.3, which is then answers our question. All right, that's all for me.